positions, kiting, arranging your army to make sure that, you know, the more tough units are in front and the weaker units are in the back, you know, saving, you know, blinking back and forth, burrowing your roaches, etc. Okay, and with a battle, when their armies are equal, then the battle will always come down to micro. It's just that little thing. And I'm not saying micro's not important, I'm just saying these other things in front, without them you really wouldn't have any use for micro in the first place. Okay, so then now we're going to go into the Grandmaster's levels. Okay, we're going to get to timings. Okay, now timings basically mean, you know, well, actually it's just purely knowing the game. Actually, it combines everything: builds, knowledge, scouting, and, you know, maybe even the final stage, which we're going to go over metagame. But, you know, everything in StarCraft has a timing. When a unit finishes, when a building finishes, when an upgrade finishes. You know, everything is every build, every strategy, etc., is based on a time. So, like, you know, against a Terran player, around the 10-minute mark is a scary time, because that's usually when they're going to get siege mode, and that's usually, you know, they'll have siege mode and stim and, you know, maybe concussive shells, and that's kind of a dangerous army when you have a whole bunch of Marine, Marauder, and siege tanks. That is a very scary army. Okay, so you have to be very careful around 10 minutes. And again, it gets back into scouting, and it gets back into knowledge. Okay, you have to scout. If you scout something and you see, hey, they're going for this, because of your knowledge, you know, hey, they're going for this, then you know, okay, I need to be careful around this time. I need to be careful. And, you know, and again, this all comes with just knowing the game, knowing what's going on, knowing the timings, knowing each and every unit and upgrade and building, and know how long it takes and how around what time each race is dangerous if they're going for certain things. Okay, and that's why that's on the Grandmaster's level. It's just something that you have to sort of know. Okay, so now we're getting into metagame. Metagame's kind of the final stage. You never master metagame. Okay, metagame is basically the changes and the trends and the other things that are outside of the game that you're actually playing. So, like, you know, like the recent patch buffed warp gates or warp prisms and gave immortals +1 range, right? So, in your head, you're thinking, okay, warp prisms are buffed, so I should see more warp prisms. So you're going to sort of look for warp prisms more often. Or maybe you're going to use warp prisms more often. That's all metagame. It's all things that are outside of the game you're currently playing into the games that you're playing, or taking those things that are outside of your game into the games that you're playing, right? And again, this isn't anything you're going to master, because metagame's constantly changing with new patches. You know, if Huck or like Nessie, or if some big player wins a tournament using a certain strategy, of course you're going to look for it more, you're going to want to try it, or people are going to want to try it, and it's going to become popular. I mean, in PvP, if it's a map, and it's a map that most people 4-gate on, since PvP is basically a 4-gate battle most of the time, okay, if it's a battle that's just a 4-gate, then you know, before you even start the game, okay, this could be a 4-gate. And you're already planning on, okay, you haven't even scouted, you don't know anything about your opponent. But you know this map, and you know that it's a PvP. Okay? So you know that PvP is really popular, and you know that this is a high possibility of a 4-gate. That's metagame. Okay? So again, going from the bottom, we have mechanics, economy, production, knowledge, scouting, army, build, control, aggression, mindset, micro, timings, and metagame. Okay, it's a 14-point pyramid. And again, you don't really need to follow it exactly to a T. It's not meant for that. It's not meant to go, alright, well, I have economy, I have production, now knowledge. No. You're going to learn these all in different stages, but I'm just saying this is a basic format of usually what you see when you're running around different, or when you're sort of leaguing up and, you know, laddering. You're going to see this basic pyramid sort of form. Okay? And again, I have to thank Budha for coming up with this stuff. I mean, I saw it online and I thought, wow, this is really cool. I'll have to sort of look at this, and I looked at it and I wrote some stuff up and I changed some things and I PM'd him back and I was like, you know what, I really need to use this because I think it's great. And of course he let me do it, and here we go. So again, thanks to him for coming up with it, and yeah, I think that's it for now. I'll be streaming later, some point. I don't know when, but I will be streaming, and yeah. So welcome Dr. Starcraft to Justin TV. Hopefully I can move some viewers over here later on. And yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. If you guys are, no one's watching right now because this is a brand new channel, but if anyone starts watching or is watching this later, then thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later. I'll see you guys next time.